Today, y'all, we're going to go ahead and make some homemade pizza dough. If you do not have a bread machine, you can either, one, do it in your KitchenAid, or two, you can do it by hand. Either way, it's fine. I'm going to use my bread machine because it's just easier. So I have 4 cups of sifted flour, all-purpose. And you're going to go ahead and put that either in your bread machine, your KitchenAid, or turn around and put it in a bowl. And you'll just have to do the kneading. But this will do the kneading for me, and your KitchenAid will, so take one step away from you. So what you're going to need is 1 packet of yeast. Doesn't matter what kind you use. I've used both. I'm going to use the fast rising. We're going to pop that in there. Then you need 2 cups of water, and you want it either room temperature or warm. And we're going to put that in here. Now you're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You can use this. This is more of a deep dish kind of pizza. You can also use this for calzones if you want. Or you can even use it for buns or whatever you want to do. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of sugar. And 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Put that in there. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a regular crust, and I'm going to put it down on wrap it. And then we're going to go ahead and hit the start button. Once this is stopped moving around, so once it's mixed everything all together and it stops, you want to turn your machine off, and you're going to put it in an oil bowl and set it to the side to rise. So if you're doing this in your KitchenAid, you want to take your yeast and your warm water and your sugar and your salt, let it sit for about 5 minutes before you add in your flour and your olive oil. And you want to activate your yeast first. So then you'll turn around and just turn your KitchenAid on and have the beater attachment and let that beat up until it becomes a round ball. So you want to do that for probably about 5 to 6 minutes, but you want it to form a ball. And if you may need a little bit more flour if it's too sticky. I know that certain flours may need 5 cups. So it depends on the humidity and the weather. So I will come back here in just a little bit once it starts mixing up to show you what it looks like. Alright y'all, so this is what you're looking at, where it forms a ball. And it's going to be a little sticky, but that's quite okay. You're going to let it knead. And if you're doing it in your KitchenAid or you're doing it with your hands, you're going to have to knead that with your hands probably 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And if you're doing it in your KitchenAid, let it go around for about 10 minutes with your dough attachment hook, okay? So this will shut off when the kneading process is done. So we're just going to let this go. And when I take it out, I'll show you what it looks like. We're going to put some oil in a bowl and let it rise. Alright y'all, so it's stopped. So we're going to take this out and we're going to transfer it into an oiled bowl. Alright y'all, so I went ahead, put it in a greased bowl, put a little bit of olive oil on the top. I'm going to put a towel over top, and I'm going to stick it in my oven, some kind of a warm place, and you are going to let this rise. So once it rises, we're going to come back, we're going to punch it down, and then we're going to let it rise again. Alright y'all, so this has risen. So what you're going to do is you're going to punch it down, and we're going to let this rise one more time, and then we're going to lay it out on our pan, and we're going to let it rise for about 15 more minutes after that. And in the meantime, we're going to get ready and make our pizza sauce. Alright y'all, now we're going to make the pizza sauce. So what you need is a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. I'm going to use the fire roasted. You can use the plain, but I have a bunch of fire roasted that I got to use up, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. It's not going to hurt. It's just going to give it a little bit of a smoky flavor. So 28 ounces of diced tomatoes. Then you need 2 15-ounce cans of tomato sauce. And we're going to throw that in our pan too. Here's the second can. Now we're going to need a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Okay. Now we need a 1/4 cup of ketchup. Now we're going to turn our heat on. And then we're going to get ready to put in 1 6-ounce can of tomato paste. There we go. So let's go ahead and add in our can of tomato paste. And you want your burner on a medium low and let it come up to temperature slowly. Now we're going to need 1½ tablespoons of sugar. And let's stir this up. And this is going to make enough for if you're doing 2 to 3 large pizzas. And if it's too much, you can go ahead and store it in a jar and put it in the refrigerator. Now we need 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt. Then we're going to need 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Now we're going to need 1 tablespoon of chicken base, and I am using the roasted chicken base. Alright, so let's go ahead and add our 1 tablespoon of our chicken base. And then we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. And then we're going to stir this up and we're going to let this cook for about 15 minutes. Alright, y'all, so the pizza sauce is done. We're going to set that to the side. And here's the dough that has risen for the second time. You're going to take a sheet pan, and you want it pretty decent size, okay? And you can do it, you know, a round one or whatnot, but this is what we do. And you're just going to take your dough, and you're going to toss it out, okay? And then you're going to work your dough, and you're going to push it out to the sides. But make sure you coat the bottom with some olive oil. It works better. And it makes your pizza crust taste good. So, let's push it out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes just to puff up just a little bit more. Alright, y'all. So now what you want to do is you want to take a little bit of oregano and you want to shake it on top of your dough. Okay. Now I take a little bit of garlic salt with parsley and I just shake just a little bit across the top. Now we're going to take some of our sauce and put it on our dough. Alright, so let's take some sauce and spread it across our pizza dough. And again, it's as much or as little as you want. I'll go ahead and spread it around. Now I'm going to end up using all my sauce because I have a few big pizzas that I am making. So again, it's up to you. You can just store it in the refrigerator. Okay. So now I'm going to do a sausage, pepper, and onion pizza. So we're going to use Italian style cheese. You can use mozzarella, you can use whatever you want. You could put the toppings underneath the cheese, or you can put it above the cheese. So I'm going to put the sausage on first. I just took some Italian sausage and we just fried this up. And this was a mild Italian sausage. And we're going to throw it on here. Again, you can make whatever kind of pizza that you and your family want. Okay. Let me finish getting this on. So I'm adding the Italian cheese on top of our sausage. Again, you can use mozzarella, use whatever cheese that you want. And then I'm going to put some peppers and some sweet onions on top. And you're going to need your oven at 450 degrees. Now I'm going to take some onion and we're going to throw that on top. And then we are going to add some bell pepper. And I'm going to pop this in the oven, and I will let you know how long it took to cook. So we'll be back here in just a little bit. Alright y'all, so it's all done. I just pulled it out. It took anywhere between 12 to 15 minutes. So check your oven and you determine how long it takes you. And again, it depends on how big of a pan that you use as well. So I'm going to give this a minute. I'm going to cut a piece so you can see what it looks like. So I cut a piece, and this is what it looks like. It's real fluffy. Okay, so give this a try. Use whatever toppings you want. Please remember to like and share. Give us a comment. Tell us what you like on your pizza. And I also have cookbooks available for purchase. I'll put the link above this post and below this post. And again, you can take that pizza sauce and you can put it in the refrigerator. And if you got some basil, some fresh basil, you can put a little bit of that in the pizza sauce and it makes it taste really good. Or that stir-in paste basil, that'll be perfect too. So, again, give this a try. 12 to 15 minutes. And just make sure that your dough's all done so you don't eat a raw dough. So if anybody has any comments, questions, or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. Give this a try and have a wonderful day.